Welcome y'all, welcome y'all. But to everybody out there watching, welcome back to another interview of After the Ball Deflates. And tonight we're gonna be talking with Deshaun and Kiera. I appreciate you all for taking time out your schedules out for what you all are doing and being on here with us.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah.
No problem, no problem. So we're gonna give people just a couple of. Nah, we got enough people. We good, we good. All right, we're gonna dive right into these questions. So some of the questions are gonna be, for Deshaun. Some of the questions are gonna be for Kiera. And some are gonna be for the both of you all together. Just to incorporate everything. But first we're gonna start with Deshaun. So, how was life for you growing up, bro?
Life for me growing up was interesting. Single mom, only child. So it was really just me and my mom. But there's a lot of basketball, a lot of school. I was just really focused on those two things. My mom did a good job of making sure that I knew how to set a goal, knew how to chase it. So she saw that I liked basketball, and she did a little bit of her research on it, because she didn't grow up around the game or anything like that. So did a little bit of research on it and found out hey, you get good enough and you get your grades right, you can go to college for free. You can even have your pick of what colleges you want to go to for free. So everything growing up was pretty much just basketball and school and just hanging out with my mom.
Okay. Did you have any passions outside of basketball?
Nah, growing up, there was one thing that I liked to do. That was play basketball.
Okay. Kiera, how was life for you growing up?
I had a rough upcoming growing up. My parents got divorced. I'm one of 5 children. So it was a little hard growing up, but life's good now.
Yeah, I feel you. So who kept you motivated other than your mom when it came to basketball?
I've had coaches, and really just being around my friends that love the game, and I had dads and stuff. Like I had one of my best friends, Johnny Matthews, his father, Phil Matthews, really influential in keeping me on track. Marvin Lee, one of my travel ball coach, was really he was the one that really made me feel like I could go when I was 14, 15. Still kind of small, questioning do I have a place in this game? So Marvin was really one of the ones that really made me feel comfortable in continuing to play. And then Brian Hooks, one of the ones my coach that you see in the show at the beginning of episode 3. He said that he had started coaching me when I was about 7, and that's when we started. That's when I started playing travel ball with him on his team. But he had really started training me when I was about 5 years old, and I still train with him to this day. So just other male figures that I met through the game were really influential in keeping me locked in. But my mom was the main one.
Okay, I got you. So now we're gonna talk about high school. How was high school basketball for you?
High school basketball was fun. It was a lot of fun. I didn't go to a big name school or anything like that. I went to my neighborhood school. I wanted to go. I had wanted to go there for, since I was a kid. I went and watched the players that went there when I was 6 and 7 years old. And from my side of the city, from East Riverside, if you're from the east side of Riverside, you already know about JW North, and you already know about JW North basketball. So it's kind of like a legendary school all in its own, just in our own city. And it was cool, you know what I mean? We won a championship, and everybody, I think all 4 of the seniors from that team are still playing.
Okay.
And for us being from where we're from, that's as good as it gets.
Yep, I feel that. So senior year, going into before you get into college and everything, how was the recruiting process for you?
It was kind of quiet because I didn't really I wasn't going crazy on the circuit or anything like that. I wasn't even really that good, and it took me until like I walked on at UTEP to understand like that I wasn't ready to go D1 out of high school like I thought I was, and I really thought I was, and Coach Mosley talks about like sometimes people don't want to hurt your feelings, and no one really tells you like you're just not good enough, and that's kind of what was going on. It was like I was wondering why, like, is it this, is it that? Why can't I get recruited? And I just wasn't good enough yet, and it took me a minute to realize that. But high school recruiting was kind of quiet.
Okay. So you talk a lot about in the show, about being like an underdog. Who do you get your mentality from on the court? Like when it comes to different players, like underdogs, like Isaiah Thomas and players like that.
Yeah, he's one of the main ones. Allen Iverson is my favorite player ever, and you already know like people was counting him out from day one. So like he's my favorite player ever. He's the greatest inspiration that I got. But Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, players that come from the bottom, and like really come from the bottom. There's guys that talk about being underdog this, underdog there, and this. Some of them I feel like as big of an underdog as Steph Curry was or as Isaiah Thomas was. So those are the main guys.
Okay. So now we get to walking on a UTEP and proving yourself to the coaches that you deserve a scholarship, and then all of a sudden there's a coaching change. The athletic director is new. So just talk a little about that and like how that affected you mentally.
It kind of lit a fire under me because like I went there and it was supposed to take a whole year. It was supposed to take I was supposed to be a walk-on the whole entire year, and find out at the end of the season, if I was going to get an offer or if I was going to get a scholarship or not. And it actually ended up happening in one semester. So for that part to happen was a big confidence boost. I went in there. Marvin told me like, hey, you going in there as a walk-on, you got to earn your respect. So you got to be picking up 94 feet. You got to be first in all the sprints. You got to, you got to handle business. And I went in there and just tried to do it and tried to attack it, and it worked. So it gave me a lot of confidence. And then to have it stripped like that, it wasn't like, it didn't make me feel like I wasn't good or anything like that.
Yeah.
I kind of just had to like shift my mindset because like I said, it wasn't a coach that decided that. It was the athletic director, and he hadn't even seen me play. So I could have read more into that. I could have like let that get to my head, like, ooh, like maybe this isn't for me. But I didn't see it that way. I just saw it as this was my introduction to the business side of things and how I respond
politics.
To it. And the way that I respond to that is basically what dictated my trajectory in my basketball career.
Okay. So here's a good question that I got for you. If you was able to sit down with that athletic director like right now, face to face, what is something that you would like to share with him?
I'll tell him thank you. Because I was a dog before, but he turned me into a monster. And it's pretty much as simple as that. Because I'll never forget his name. I'll never forget what he said to my mom. Because my mom was hot. My mom was hot. My mom was like, "What's the number? I need to call you." He's not going to do this. And she, it didn't work like that. So I'll never forget that.
Okay. Now going to the both of you all. So when did you all meet?
We met for the first time. It was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving 2018. The first Thanksgiving after my mom had passed. We went to go feed the homeless together, and that was the first time we had met in person. And then I think we hung out literally every day since then. So
we did. We went on a date every day.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. Because my next question wasn't be how was the first date, but if that was the first date, then I just said how it was.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was wholesome. It was as
good energy.
Yeah, it was the best energy you could ask for.
Yeah.
And that's crazy that you all met giving back, to the community, giving back to the people. That's what's up. All right, so Kiera, describe Him in 3 words.
Let's see. Okay.
No pressure, no pressure.
Okay. So, in 3 words: dedicated, hardworking, and another one. Let's see. Just giving. He gives so much just advice. If he can help somebody, he will do it. And that's just how he is. He's a good person all around, and like he just wants the best for everybody, for himself, for everybody. And I think that's why I love him so much. He's just a good person. Just talking about him like puts a smile on my face. I get like,
Oh, look at that. You gotta love love. All right,
Yeah.
Deshaun, your turn. Describe her in 3 words.
3 words. You're so dedicated for me. I'll say driven. I'll say compassionate. And I'll say loving. Because she's the same way. What made me fall in love with her was her spirit and the way she treats people and the way she feels about people. The way she feels about herself. She shared a little bit with you, but it was tough for her growing up. And the ways that she came out of that and the way that she's able to use her experiences to relate and care for other people is really special. It's really special.
Okay. So I put up a poll yesterday. I had some people ask a question, and one of the good questions comes from Pluggo_30. They said, Deshaun, when did you know that she was the one?
When did I know that she was the one? Wow. I don't want to say too early, but look. Okay, so look. Okay, so look. Okay,
keep it
so
real.
like,
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So we talking the show about the first time that I cried to her, and that was legit. That was, so my mom passed in October, and then like I said, we met at Thanksgiving, so it's only really like a month later. So like a month or 2 after that, I had been good at kind of holding, like I've been good at kind of like, kind of hiding that. But, I had a moment, and she happened to be there, and I was crying, and I looked up, and she just looked me right in my eyes and was crying too. And she just said, "I'm here for you." And she said, "I got you." And I didn't know that she was going to handle that. I didn't know that she was going to be able to handle that the way that she did, my pain and all that.
How did that make you feel when she said, like, I got you?
It made me feel safe. It made me feel like when my mom used to tell me that everything's going to be okay. It made me feel like I wasn't alone, because that was a lonely month. That was a lonely time for me. And it just made me feel safe. And like I had somebody to lean on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this was another question from gummyfam_mod easy. They said, how long did it take for you to finally trust Kiera?
Wow. Shoot, probably. Trust is an ongoing thing. Trust is something that you got to work on the whole time. Something you gotta give each other reassurance and things like that. But when I really trusted her and really was ready to fully commit and like kind of take it real seriously was a couple weeks after that moment. It started to get real serious about that time. And that was about the time that I told her that she didn't even have to, she was still calling me to see if she, can I come over and stuff. I just ended up telling her, like, nah, like, you don't got to call me no more. Like, you just pull up. Like, I ain't doing nothing. Like, I ain't going to be with nobody. You ain't see it. You know what I mean? Like, you just pull up. Like, I'm waiting on you. Yeah.
For sure. All right, here's the real question. Who said I love you first?
Me, me,
Yeah.
me, because she was scared and she told me she was like she told me what it was probably like a month later. You were like, yeah, I wanted to say it first, but I didn't know if you like, man. So I had to take the risk on that one, but it worked out.
Okay. So this is for the both of you all to answer this question right here. If there's one word to describe your relationship, what would it be?
Wholesome.
Yeah,
Wholesome.
I'll say solid.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Definitely.
Okay.
Good. Like this.
Yeah.
Y'all locked in. I love to see it. Love to see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Y'all making me smile on the inside. I'm not trying to have no big smile. I'm like, dang, like that's high. That's cool.
Yeah.
So back to the basketball side of things. How did you find out about Eli?
Marvin, my the travel ball coach I said he was really influential in a lot of ways, and that was one of the ways was I told him what was going on at UTEP, and he wasn't like, oh, how could they do that, or like, yeah. He was just like, all right, well, you want to go national or you want to go to ELAC? And I was like, I should probably come home. So Marvin told me about ELAC and connected me with Mosley, and I talked to Mosley for the first time. And it was kind of a wrap after that. You know, he was a real dude. I could tell he was a real dude from the jump,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was going to have my best interest at heart. And yeah, it was pretty quick.
Okay. And now losing your dad and your mom, back to back years, like
Mm-hmm.
who did you have in your corner through that hard time that you was going through?
Um, I didn't even know.
Mm.
Um, I knew I knew I had Marvin. I knew I could lean on him. If I ever needed to. But I was lucky enough to be at ELAC. I was lucky enough to have Mosley. And handling everything after, dealing with, funeral, estate, everything that comes after a parent dying. I would have been lost through that process if it wasn't for Coach Mosley. Because he really helped me with connecting me to the people that I needed to get in contact with to handle everything. And was giving me the advice because he's been there. I don't know if people know, but um, Mosley's an orphan too. So he told me a little about what happened when he went through losing his parents and how to handle it.
Okay. And do you have any siblings?
I have one half brother and two half sisters, but none by my mom, um, and none that were gonna help with that situation.
Okay. So now not only were you facing the storm on the court, but now you're facing the storm like in your personal life. Talk about the rainy days and like how you was able to get through those rainy days.
Yeah, rainy days. There's many of those, but there's one piece of advice that I got from a good friend. Shout out Jordan Matthews. He used to play at Gonzaga. He used to play at Cal and Gonzaga. Um, he told me, I asked him when I was going to UTEP, like, hey, I'm about to go do this thing. Like, do you have any advice for me? He said, bro, there's going to be days where you feel like you're the best in the gym. There's going to be days where you feel like you don't belong. But if you stay solid through all that, then you can take basketball as far as you want. Um, and I remember that, and I applied it to the rest of my life, because it's true for the rest of life. That's not just basketball advice. That's life advice.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? So I just have to remember, there's days where I come through the door and wouldn't even make it to the couch. I'd be on the floor in tears, and you know when that happens, you gotta pick yourself up, and you gotta remember that you can control your reaction to your circumstances, and you got to stay solid through all the ups and all the downs. So I'll just remember that, um, and just try to push forward on that.
Okay. And Kiera, on those rainy days when he's feeling down, how do you help him to like stay strong? Because and in the show we see that like you was right there, you was always in practice, you was there like through it all. So like, how do you keep him strong on those days when he's, not feeling himself?
I just try to be there for him, hear him, listen to what he feels, and just understand, and just let him know, like, no matter what, you know, you talk to me about how you feel about anything, and I'll do whatever I can do to make you feel better. Like, if you like just need a hug, if you need some space, I read them, and I just go off that. But I just try to be there for him as much as I can, and just be a shoulder to cry on, be an ear to listen, just be the support.
Sometimes all you need to hear is somebody saying like it's gonna be okay. Sometimes that's all you need to hear from
Yep.
somebody that actually knows what's going on. Because there's a lot of people on the outside looking in. That's like, oh, come on, you got it, keep going, keep pushing. But they don't see you every day, and they don't really know how it feels to go through that. So one thing she's really good at is really just making me feel like it's all gonna be good.
Okay. And like I said before, Kiera, you're like the definition of like a ride or die. And so with being a ride or die, I know you have different things in your life that 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 you would like to do and things of that sort. So how often do you put things you want to do in life to decide in order to, continue to support him?
Um, how would I say? Like, I still focus on my goals and what I have to do, but you know, this is who I want to be with for the rest of my life. So like his goals and stuff matter to me as well. Like, and just being there for him, like that'll take him far. That'll like take us far. Like he supports me in what I do, I support him in what he does. So us doing that together, it doesn't make it hard. It makes it easy for both of us. So um yeah, I would say like it's just easy. It's like I don't even see it like that. Like I'm putting myself to the
Yeah.
side. It's like, okay, we're gonna handle this. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do this and take care of this. So.
Okay. I like that. So his goals are your goals are his goals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. So Kiera, what interests do you have? Because the show didn't really, put that emphasis on you. So now is your time, to tell us the things that you're interested in life and the things you want to accomplish.
So I couldn't hear you say that again.
What you into, what you got going on right now?
Oh, okay. Well, I work as a nurse. I've been a nurse for about 5 years now. And behind that, I have my own cooking business. I cook. I do plates. I do meal preps for people. Because it's hard for people to find healthy food and to work on either gaining weight or losing weight. And if they want that options, it's usually really hard to pay for because people are trying to make their own money, but I give people options, have access to that, but at a lower price. And then I also have a hair care line. When I was younger, I struggled with growing my hair out because I used to get bullied every day from about first grade till 10th grade. And a lot of people were just like, oh, your hair is ugly, your hair is ugly. So I used to straighten my hair every single day. And I broke it off to where like I couldn't grow my hair out. And it was like to my ears. I started making my own hair care products and putting in my hair, doing little nighttime routines with it, and I grew my hair out that way. And for a lot of years, people always ask me, like, "Oh, how's your hair so long?" This and that. Like, make my own hair care products, and I just finally made it, accessible for other people so that they can have the opportunity too. So I run that business as well. And then outside of that, I like to go to the gym and yeah, just like I don't know, be in nature. I like being outside. I like to see stuff. I like to see animals. So, yeah.
Okay. So being a young couple in college, not having to deal with, I mean, you all have to deal with so much that like normal college couples don't have to deal with, losing parents, just being on your own. So how is it having to grow up so quick together? Like how is that? How's that process?
Um, well, you said a key word, and the key word there is together. Like
Mm.
it would be a lot. It would be a lot harder going through this process alone. But on those tough days where like just on the tough days where you just need someone to talk to, and you can just laugh about it. Like, man, guess what happened today? You know what I mean? Like, you won't believe this. You know what I mean? Like, um, just being able to do it together is what makes it special, and what makes it just a whole lot easier.
A lot easier.
Yeah, cause yeah, you know, I don't ever have to come home and be alone no more. So it's solid.
Yeah.
I feel
If
that.
I
I
don't
feel
know,
that.
he'll be able
Go
to help
ahead.
me. If he doesn't know something, I'll be able to help him. So we usually kind of balance it out, like with figuring stuff out. So it's teamwork.
Okay. And when it comes to, other couples like mentoring y'all, do you have any other couples that you all can go to for advice and things like that?
No, we kind of just keep everything in house, and we just our communicate. We're really good at we've gotten really good. It wasn't always that way. We had to work on it, but we've been pretty good at communicating and getting through our problems together, and not really letting any outside influences shake us up or anything like that. So.
Right.
Okay, I got you. I got you. That's crazy. My mom, she just texted me. She was like, "We are going to adopt them." Cause her and my dad, they do like marriage counseling and just counseling for couples in general. So if you all ever want to, just talk to another couple, they've been married for like 24 years. So I could connect you all. And,
Oh, for sure,
they could help you out on your journey because
for sure,
that's what they do.
for
Our whole
sure.
family is just about giving back to people and just helping people. So I could definitely link that up for you all.
Hey, shout out,
So
mom.
Yeah.
all right. So going back to the court, what does being a leader mean to you? Because you're the team captain of the team, and Coach Mosley looked to you, to get the guys together and just push them. So what
Yeah,
does being a leader mean to you?
it means a lot to me. Um, it is something that I use in my relationship. It's something that I use outside of basketball. It's something that I use in other partnerships. Like um, it's special, especially at ELAC. It was really special because I had been. Me and Joe were a couple of the players that had been to where everybody else was trying to go, um, and to have those guys like just come up to me and be like, "Hey, Sean, like, how you do this or how you do that?" Um, it's a good position. I value responsibility. I think that positions of I'm not going to say authority. I'm going to say positions that require responsibility are valuable um, in building a legacy. Um, and that's one of my main goals is just to build a positive legacy. And one of the best ways to do that is to just be a leader and to not be a follower.
Okay, okay. So if there's any overseas coach, GM, NBA coach, or GM watching this right now, what would you like to tell them about, what makes you different from the rest of the guys they may be looking at?
Any level I play at, any level that I get introduced to, um, I can get on that level like that. So you throw me in the gym with pros, I'm gonna look like a pro. Um, I feel like I can compete today. I'm sure everybody says that, but I feel like I can compete today. And if I had to work out today, I feel like I'll kill it. Um, and I'm a dog, and I'm a win, and I don't care about a mixtape. Somebody might have a nicer mixtape than me. I'll probably have more wins though. Um, and that's what I value, because I'm a winner over anything.
Okay, I got you. I got you. And describe your relationship with the coaches, and especially Coach Mosley.
It's not even like a. That's not even like a coach. Like those coach player relationships that I have with them aren't even. It doesn't even feel like coach and player. Like those are like
It's like
literally
family.
like yeah, that's literally family. Like literally my big homies. Like if I need anything, if I need any advice, even if I want to just go hang out, what I mean, I can call Coach Rob. I can call Coach Ken. I can call Coach Mosley. Coach Mosley just called me yesterday to give me advice. Um, and that's just invaluable. Like you can't put a price on that. Um, and the type of man that Mosey is, the type of man that Coach Rob and Coach Ken are, the things that they've been through, the experiences that they have, like you can't put a price on having access to men like that.
Okay, I got you. And you get a scholarship to go to Sacramento State. Kiera, once again, you right there by his side. Y'all making that move in that U-Haul truck. Was it
Yeah.
difficult for you to make that decision to move?
It wasn't a difficult decision to make. It was more like, how would I say?
Like it was more difficult to like figure out how it was gonna work,
Yeah.
because she was always coming wherever I was going. She was always, she was always gonna go. Like there was never no question about that. Um, but as far as like the transition went, it was a little difficult.
Yeah, because like I'm really close with my siblings, so I think that's the hardest part for me is like not being able to see my siblings, see my parents and stuff. I usually don't go more than a day or two without seeing them. So I think that was the most difficult part, and that made me like not hesitant to go, but I was like, damn, I'm gonna miss my family, I'm gonna miss my sister. But they already knew. They're like, man, I know you gonna go. Like this is our plan. Like like we have our own life. We have our own goals that we have to pursue and stuff. So it's like we can't stay in the nest forever. So
Yep. I totally agree with that. How far was the drive?
like
It's like 6.5 now.
yeah.
Um,
I think the first time we drove, it was like 8 hours because we got lost. We stopped about a million times.
we didn't have the gas thing down. We had to stop and get the gas. Like it was, so it took us a while the first time. But now we do that drive back and forth to go see anybody that we want to see. Like we do that in our sleep now.
Okay. And this is the next question. I think Deshaun already answered it, but I'm gonna still ask it anyway. If he would have went to a school in any other state, let's say like Nebraska or Oklahoma, would you still have gone with him?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We play a game sometimes with like now my thing is like I'll just ask her sometimes. I'll just pick a random country. Like if I went to Bosnia to play, like would you come? She'd be like, yeah. Like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll be like, what about Lithuania? If I go play in Lithuania, would you come?
That's funny. Hey, Deshaun, you got you a keeper, boy. One day.
Don't I know it? Don't I know it? Don't I know it?
All right. So how was your season at Sacramento State this year?
It was good. It was good. Played well. We lost in the first round, but it was a good learning experience, and I'm really excited to get going on the next one. We start workouts on the 29th, and we gotta take it from there.
Okay. Kiera, you right in the practices or coach not letting you in the practice?
COVID. None of that. I was so grateful just to be there at ELAC because Mosley like, what's up, Kiera? What's up, Mosley? We in here. But no, like that's gone now. This is the next level, so it's like I already know.
Yeah.
I got you. And as you heard, when we first started this, I was playing some Nipsey. What does Nipsey mean to you? Because I see you got the tattoo. What is it on your back?
Yeah, on my shoulder, I got All Money In right here, and then I got Marathon Man with some checker flags right here. And those are the main things from him that influenced me. First, the marathon, just having that mindset. This ain't a quick race. This is a long race. This is a marathon, and you can't get caught up in short-term success or short-term defeat for that matter. You gotta stay, like I said, solid through all those ups and downs. And the marathon mentality is something that really just embodies that message. And then All Money In, just his message of being invested in yourself. It says all money in, but that means investing your full spirit in yourself, all your energy into yourself, all your belief into yourself, and your process, and just laying it all on the line for goals that you want to accomplish, and not for anything else that anybody else wants to do, but to really trust your own grind and to put it all into that.
Okay, I got you. And here's a question for the both of you all separately and then together. What I'm gonna start with Kiera first, ladies first. What do you what do you want your legacy to be in life?
Oh, legacy. Oh,
That's a good question.
that is a good question. Got me.
Yeah, see, gotcha.
My legacy. It's not that I'm trying to like think of it as like how do I put it, because I do so much that it's like it's hard to like grasp it and like, okay, my legacy, I want people to always remember that, you know, when Kiera was here, she was always trying to help people. She always was that good person. She always seen her with a smile. Like, no one sees me mad, angry. And there's love in everything that I do. My job with nursing, you know, I try to be there for people, and, you know, I help them. I heal them, everything. My cooking business, I just want people to eat healthy. You know, they have that option. With my hairline business, I want people to have that option and to, you know, be able to help themselves. And, you know, with just how I'm as a person, you know, just it's just love, and I just want people to know like that at the end of the day.
Okay.
That there's still good people in this world.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, Deshaun, before I ask you though, what's your favorite meal that she cooks? 'Cause since you said she like to throw it down in the kitchen.
Yo, she makes some stuffed salmon, right? With this garlic. It's like garlic sauce and shrimp inside of the salmon on top of some pasta and some spinach
Oh,
and some asparagus and some potatoes. And it's, like, it's legit. It's legit.
that
That's
sounds
my
like a
favorite.
$100 meal right there.
Yeah. That's the one right there.
All right. So now, what do you want your legacy to be in life, Deshaun?
Pretty simple. I didn't give up. Um, you know, I want my story to be, you know, when a little kid from East Riverside learns about me, I want them to know like that you can do anything. You can do it. You can do anything that you want to do, and just because you're from here, just because people say you can't, doesn't mean anything. And all you got to do is not give up. And if you look at me, you see I didn't give up. I believed in myself the whole way, and I didn't quit. And like Nip said, I felt every emotion on the way there. You know, I felt the lows of the lows. I felt the highs of the highs. But the key is that I felt it all, and I took it all for what it was, and I turned it into something special. And you can do the same.
Okay. All right. Now, both of you all together as a couple, what do you want your legacy to be at the end of the day? Once y'all make that decision, get married, all of that. What you want your legacy to be together?
Loyalty, loyalty, respect, and real love, unconditional love.
That we're go getters together,
Mm-hmm.
and when we're together, you know, it enhances by 1,000. So.
And you're always in our legacy could be that you're always better off with a solid partner than you are by yourself. Every time, 10 times out of 10.
Okay. And this the last one. So, any last words to your fans, supporters is going through a storm in life, and what do you all want the supporters to know going forward?
Uh, Bet on yourself, through everything. Trust your plan, as long as you have one. And if you don't have a plan, then set one up, because it'll save you from a lot. It'll save you from a lot of stress. It'll save you from a lot of sleepless nights. Not knowing what comes next, is scary. It's scary for everybody, and it's not like people don't have that fear. The only difference is that some people have a plan and some people don't. Some people trust their plan and some people don't. And on that note, some people are successful and some people aren't. So I'll say to bet on yourself, goal, plan, execute, and heat, and repeat that as many times as you got to do to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anything you want to say, Kiera?
He said it all for me, but to add in on that, love yourself, because it's hard to come across people that love you, and when you add love into the mix of that, you go 10 times harder.
Okay. Actually, I just thought about one more question. So, especially in this generation, love is something hard to come by, and a lot of people have like a lot of like hidden agendas. What do you all want to tell, the young couples out there that's looking for love, that's together, but having that, that rough patch that they're going through? What is something that you all want to tell them?
Elaborate a little bit. Rough patch. What you mean? What you mean?
Like every relationship got ups and downs that they go through, of course. But
Yeah.
how can I put this? There's couples out there that's quick to give up on one another when things go bad. Like, you know,
yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. You gotta. It's work. I'll say that real love, like a relationship, like what we have, our relationship personally, it's been work, but it's been good work, and it's been worth it, and we've both grown a lot as people, just by dealing with each other, and we've had our days, we've had our disputes, but one thing that we do is we stay grounded, we stay loyal to each other. I'm not gonna get mad at her and go hang out with some shit, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just go up to my room and like video games or something. Like I'm gonna just go go punch on the punching bag or something, you know what I mean? Go let some steam off, like you know what I mean? I go just do something else. It's you gotta stay loyal, you gotta stay honest. Because you gotta be solid, and people be trying to start relationships and get into these deep deals with people, and they can't be honest with themselves. And not even in their relationship, they can't be honest with themselves about their work ethic, about their grind. When you can't be honest with yourself, it's gonna be hard to be honest and loyal to a relationship.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
If you feel like, you know, that's something that you want and, you know, it's worth it, don't give up on it, you know, because, you know, real love's hard to come across, and, you know, just
the streets is ugly.
Streets is ugly.
Streets is ugly.
Man, look, I'm out here in the streets. I know that is.
hey, and I don't judge nobody for being in the streets, because the streets, you know, they bring what they bring, you know. But like Mosley said, I think it's overrated. I think it's a little overrated compared to a true good, solid partner. Because if you just have somebody that stresses you out all the time, you might as well be in the streets anyway, right? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing in a relationship as it is? So, as long as you keep it solid, as long as you got a solid one, that's what you fight for. That's what you fight for.
And in that, having a friendship in your relationship is key. Like, this is my best friend. Like that. That's
you
really
said it right there.
It's really big. Like, I could tell him, "What's up, bro? What's up, man?"
Hey, look. When you dunked on her, I seen when you dunked on her. She wasn't ready for that.
She wasn't ready.
It was my fault. I really thought he was about to show me something. I was like, "What are you pointing at? Like, I don't see anything." And I'm just like getting dunked on. I couldn't believe it.
Watch your head. All right, but this was a great interview. You know, I appreciate you all coming on here, being real, authentic. I appreciate it. And, you know, for all of you all that's watching, thank you all for the support. Thank you all for supporting them. This is not the end. You know, you all gonna hear more about them, and I'm gonna help as much as I can, you know, to continue to push your story and, you know, help y'all out. And like I said, you know, I'm gonna connect y'all with my parents as well, because y'all can really have some good deep conversations with them. It's very beneficial. But yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna be in touch, and I'm gonna get the link to this. I'm gonna download it, put it on YouTube, send y'all the link, a little clip to put on the page and everything. But I appreciate it.
Oh man, no, yeah, thanks for having us on, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. All right, I'm gonna talk to y'all.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye.